Hello everyone, this is the extra footage end of the Super Retro Trio review. You'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly chime in a lot. Most of this video is just to kind of display the gameplay on its own. So unless there's something important, I won't be chiming in and just let the footage speak for itself. Enjoy. Alright, with this particular bit of footage, I just want to make a specific notice, as I mentioned in the main review. In terms of what actually appears on the television, everything appears just fine. However, for recording purposes, I did notice a bit of a wavy picture and flicker when it came to playing Genesis and Mega Drive games. Once again, to repeat, this did not appear on actual gameplay on a proper television itself, so it was really just kind of a recording anomaly. The last game I'm going to be using for this highlight video is actually Mega Man X3 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, because I felt that it served as a good example of how this particular clone console was actually capable of running games that use specialized chips, such as what Capcom used with their X2 and X3 titles, and in other cases what Nintendo had with their Super FX chip for games like Star Fox. Those sort of titles worked fine. The only two titles that I came across up to this point that had issues would be Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse for the Nintendo system. I imagine it's because it uses a very specialized mapper which still isn't fully covered in a lot of clone consoles, and the other one being Virtual Racing for the Sega Genesis, which also uses some special hardware inside the cartridge itself, I believe. Alright, I believe it's between the games mentioned or displayed here, we have a pretty good idea of how well the functionality is. As I mentioned before, I only ran into a handful of carts where it didn't work, but for the most part, most games seem to be covered really well. It's a good substitution if you don't have the space for all the original consoles, or just kind of an entry-level thing while you're working in between. So it's a pretty good recommendation, and that's all I really have to say on the matter. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. Take care, enjoy, Merry Christmas.